Gordon Rushville. A minor upset, if you will, 35-32 was the final. So we get Mitchell and Morrill here this afternoon, and these two teams have played one time already this year, and it was a win for Morrill, 53-45. That game came back prior to Christmas on December 19th. So far this season, Mitchell, under the direction of head coach Sean Harvey, with a record of 9-13. Josh Garou and his Morrill Lady Lions right now are 15-4. One of these teams will walk out of here with a weekend record of 2-1. Who will it be? We're about to find out coming up here with opening tip at 2 o'clock. Glad to have you. Game 2 will be a boys' third place game. That'll feature Gordon Rushville. And then we're back to the girls for game 3 of 4. That'll be the girls' championship matchup tonight, and that is scheduled for about 5:30 with Bridgeport and Gordon Rushville for the girls' title. And then the nightcap should be an absolute dandy, as expected. The boys' championship game featuring Bridgeport and the Mitchell High Tigers. Settle in. Temps a bit cold, obviously, around the region here as we were waking up this morning. At my place in Gering, woke up to snow falling, snow on the ground. Hope everybody is able to get out and maneuver safely. I'm sure we'll have plenty of fans on hand, but if you're not able to make it today or this evening, glad we can bring you the action on KNEP.TV. And again, that includes Allo Channel 15 and Mobius Channel 1500. We'll get you starting lineups here shortly. Still just a couple of minutes away from opening tip with Morrill and Mitchell. A rivalry matchup for this girls' third place game. We'll step away right now and come back after a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back right after this, get you starting lineups in a moment, and opening tip-off approaching on KNEP.TV.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leave Heads.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Sean Harvey Farm Bureau, Platte Valley Companies, JOHNSONCASHWAY, Main Street Appliance, and by Panhandle Auto Group. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Sean Harvey Farm Bureau, Platte Valley Companies, JOHNSONCASHWAY, Main Street Appliance, and by Panhandle Auto Group. Coverage of
people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
The perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Sarah Lang with our national anthem performance. Excellent job from her this afternoon. First to four, just moments away here on KNEB.TV, Allo Channel 15, and Mobius Channel 1500. Let's get you the starters for our opening matchup. A third-place consolation game for Mitchell and Morrill. First for the Lady Lions, Libby Schaefer, a 5'11 senior. She averages 14 points on the season and 8 rebounds. Next up off the bench will be Madison Mendoza, a 5'7 senior, 8 points and 3 rebounds per contest. Brooke Hopkins averages 2.5 points a game, 1.5 rebounds.
Number 23, Jaden Stenner.
Jaden Steiner, a 5'6 senior, 6.5 points and 8 rebounds. And rounding out the starting five for Morrill this afternoon is Alicia Garou, coach's daughter, 19 points a game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 steals. Josh Garou, the head coach. Morrill comes in with a record of 15-4. Now the Lady Tigers from Mitchell High School. Sean Harvey, the head coach. Their record is 9-13. Jaden Kano, a 5'3 senior, 10-point per game scorer. Also in the starting lineup, Avery Hobbs, a senior at 5'5. She averages 6 points per game.
Number 4,
McKenna Chambers, a 5'10 senior, 6.5 points per game and 4 rebounds. Margie Schmidt, a junior at 5'5, 5 points and 4 rebounds per game. And rounding out the starting five for the Mitchell Lady Tigers, Kayani Banks, a 5'10 sophomore, 7 points and 7 rebounds per game. Well, always an excellent event each year, the Western Trails Conference Tournament. I think everybody understands we'd all like to be at WNCC's Cougar Palace, but we're at Bridgeport for this year only as we follow NSAA fan guidelines and protocols, and all's well because we're playing basketball. We're underway. Mitchell controls the, or check that, Morrill controls the opening tip there in the Road Blues. Mitchell, the home team, on the scoreboard in the home whites, and an opening turnover committed by Morrill as Alicia Garou throws the ball over the head of Madison Mendoza. An early turnover to start the game for Morrill. They'll go to a little three-quarter court pressure. Avery Hobbs will throw it up across the timeline to Kayani Banks, and now Garou. Mentioned she averages 7 steals a game. She comes up with her first, and she'll bring it up the floor. Garou will play at Jamestown College at the next level. Morrill moves it around the perimeter, left side Mendoza. They'll try and enter it to the high post. 2 possessions and 2 turnovers committed by Morrill. Now we'll wipe that second one off. Mitchell never controlled, eventually touching it last. I think it went off Avery Hobbs out of bounds. It'll stay this into the floor with the Lady Lions. Scoreless here in the opening minute. They bounce it down low to Schaefer. Now outside, Garou. She'll step into a three, whistle, and she walked with a basketball. So there's turnover number 2, 54 seconds in. Scoreless right now on our West Coast scoreboard. Mitchell and Morrill. Girls' third place action here from Bridgeport High. Coverage of the Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament brought to you by Firehouse Bar and Grill, AA Feeds, E&H CPAs, Lessard Insurance, and John's Body Shop. Jaden Kano lobs a pass. Now catching at the high post is Kayani Banks. Hobbs on the right side. Hobbs picks up her dribble. Looks for help, finds Chambers. Morrill in his zone defensively. Probing with the basketball on the bounce. Now Chambers gets it.
Western Trails
Bounce it back to Hobbs. And a whistle and a blocking foul on the perimeter. This will be number 1 on Alicia Garou.
Guru's first foul.
Minute and a half in, still scoreless. Kano inbounds to Avery Hobbs. Mitchell basketball. They got taken to the woodshed last night in that semifinal game by Bridgeport, a team that's really starting to kick things into high gear. The final last night was 70-32. Half-court set. Chambers goes up, can't get it to go off the heel of the iron. Ball comes off, eventually grabbed there by Libby Schaefer, who averages 8 rebounds a game. She'll bring it up the floor herself, showing some versatility as a Morrill post player.
Coverage of the
now Garou
Western Trails
out high. Garou's pass tipped,
to
deflected, intercepted. 3 turnovers on 3 offensive trips down the floor for Morrill. Chambers holds against the zone, puts it on the floor, picks up her dribble, throws it out top, and we're going to get a whistle and a reach-in foul called against Morrill. Garou picked up the foul last trip down. This time it goes against Madison Mendoza.
Mendoza's first foul.
5:41 to go here in the first quarter, scoreless. Hobbs. And when you get 2 teams that know each other well, no surprise defense might rule the day. A missed 3 from Kano. And rebounding with Schaefer, and she stepped along the baseline. It'll stay this into the floor with the Lady Tigers. Margie Schmidt inbounds it to Kayani Banks. Banks shot, never got to the rim. Schaefer grabs the loose ball. She'll bring it herself. Libby Schaefer across the timeline. Little crossover dribble. Schaefer finds a wide open Mendoza. That 3 a little short. Offensive rebound to Garou. In traffic, wouldn't go. Foul on the floor.
The 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Trinidad.
Morrill inbound underneath their own basket. This foul called against Kayani Banks. Banks picks up her first team foul called on Mitchell. 5:14 to go here in the first quarter. Still scoreless. Who's going to find a way to crack the seal here and get us started with some offense? Mendoza. On the perimeter, Peyton Homan is into the game now, our first substitution for Morrill. Good feed from Garou. She found Libby Schaefer. Little bounce pass along the baseline. The assist to Garou in the first 2 points of the game to Libby Schaefer. 3-quarter court pressure. Kano gets rid of it before Morrill can trap. Pull-up jumper just inside the foul line. That falls through for Margie Schmidt.
For 2.
Just like that, both teams have scored. Now Morrill throws it away. That is their 4th first-quarter turnover. Tied at 2 with 4:34 to play here in the opening quarter. Jaden Kano. Now to Avery Hobbs. Bounce pass back up top to Kano. She'll throw it right side still. Chambers catches along the baseline. Hobbs on the perimeter. They bounce it to a wide open Margie Schmidt near the left block. Schmidt has the first 2 baskets for Mitchell.
For 2.
Halfway through this opening quarter. Garou. Homan. Quick catch and feed. Kicked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Morrill. A 4-2 lead for Mitchell here, first quarter. A little over halfway through. Homan's jumper off the mark, rebounded by Keani Banks. Here comes Schmidt pushing far sideline, whistle, and to carry the call. A turnover committed by Mitchell, their first of the ball game, and we've got a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. First quarter, 3:49 to play. 3:49 to go here in this first quarter. Timeout on the floor and a 4-2 lead for Mitchell. Turnovers early for Morrill, 4 of them. Mitchell just coughed one up with a carry on the far sideline. Glad to be with you. KDB.TV coverage. Western Trails Conference basketball tourney action today. 4 games brought to you by Frankie's Bar, Shelter Insurance, Travis Hawk, Valley Auto Locators, Platte Valley Companies, and Regional West. Out of the timeout, Morrill basketball. Libby Schaefer handles on the perimeter. Double team. Mitchell in the zone. Garou at the high post area at the foul line. Up top, Mendoza. Wide open shot, the 3. Karams off the iron into the hands of McKenna Chambers. Chambers picks up her dribble, gets it to Margie Schmidt. She scored both baskets early for Mitchell. Avery Hobbs in transition to catch and shoot 3. It won't go. Schaefer staying aggressive on the boards for Morrill. Like her versatility. Grab the rebound, take it herself. Get you into the half court quickly. Now it's Alicia Garou. That 3 will not drop. Ball tipped and grabbing the offensive rebound. Morrill underneath Garou. And the foul goes against Avery Hobbs. That'll be the first on Hobbs.
Foul. Second team foul.
Steiner will inbound the basketball. Jumper off the mark. Rebounding for Mitchell is Chambers. 2:50 to go in our first quarter. It's Mitchell leading 4-2. They've got it in the half court. Good find that time from Hobbs, but catching it a little too deep under the rim. And stepping on the baseline. Turnover number 2 committed by Mitchell. 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go. First quarter action. Low scoring first quarter. Homan on the left side wing. High screen set by Schaefer. Schaefer reaching in and coming up with the steal that time was Kano, and then a reach-in foul called against Schaefer. 5 first quarter turnovers committed by Morrill.
Schaefer's first foul. Third team foul.
Third team foul called against Morrill. First on Schaefer. Paris Frias, a 5'7" senior, checks in for the Lady Lions. Chauncey Peterson, the assistant here for Morrill, former girls head coach at Kimball, with some instructions along the Morrill bench. Answering back quickly offensively, Margie Schmidt. She's got all 6 for Mitchell here in the first quarter. We dip under 2 minutes to go in the first. Homan catches out high. And Kano comes up with another steal. Chambers. She'll throw it to the left block. Avery Hobbs. Lefty shot comes up short.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails
Alicia
Conference
Garou,
basketball
pull-up
tournament
jumper.
brought to you by
Just inside the
Murphy.
foul line, it drops for Alicia Garou. She's got her first 2. She averages 19 on the season. Kano, big sis, Kinsey Kano in attendance this afternoon. Keani Banks now. Kano can't knock down the triple. And we're going to get a whistle and a reach-in foul. I believe this will go against Chambers for the Tigers. Nope, they'll say Margie Schmidt. That's her
Coverage
first.
of the 2021 Western Trails Conference basketball
Third team
tournament.
foul on Mitchell.
Schmidt's first foul.
Peyton Holman
Third
checks
team
out.
foul.
Back onto the floor is Mendoza for the Lions. 6-4 lead for Mitchell. Across the timeline with the basketball is Alicia Garou. Garou works her way into the paint. Nice bounce pass. Right side, count it, and a foul. The assist to Alicia Garou. The basket
Stenner for 2.
goes to Stenner. And a chance now for a three-point play.
Second foul. 4th team foul.
Garou will take a seat. We're even 6 apiece with 62 seconds to play in this opening quarter of action. And the foul shot falls for Jaden Stenner. Morrill gets the 1-point lead here as we go under 1 minute to play. Kano fires the outlet pass. Margie Schmidt trying to stay hot, misses the three. She's got all 6 points for Mitchell. Handling is Libby Schaefer for Morrill. Out high with the basketball, Mendoza. Now right side, Hopkins had it for a moment. They'll reverse it left side. Schaefer. Schaefer dribbles inside the arc. Mendoza bounces right side. Hopkins instead stolen away. And Gutierrez, Angelica Gutierrez into the game. That shot came off the iron. Hot, knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay on the Mitchell offensive end. Jaden Kano averages 10. She'll inbound for the Tigers. Josie Jenkins into the game. Now Kano. They'll enter it now low to Kayani Banks. Banks shot. Too strong off the glass, but fouled. She'll get 2 now at the line. 9.9 to play here in the first quarter.
Stenner's first foul. 4th team foul.
Stenner picks up her first. 4th team foul. And Kayani Banks at the line this year, shooting 58%. And she knocks down the foul shot. First free throw attempt of the game for Mitchell. Second on the way. Banks misses that one. Ball is tipped. Josie Jenkins grabs it. Long 2-point jump shot would not drop for Kano. Rebounded by Schaefer. 2 seconds. Schaefer at the buzzer off the square at the end of one. A low-scoring first quarter between these two rivals. Third-place game for the Western Trails Conference tourney. We are tied at 7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by WNCC, Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, Shelter Insurance Travis Hawk, Ally Property Management, and by brought to you by coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trail. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trail. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trail. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought.
Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament, Saturday action, third place games, and championship games on KNEB.TV. All brought to you by Wiedemann Financial, Dooley Oil, Parker, Baird Tiger Paws, and Ally Property Management. A 7-7 ball game. Mitchell has the basketball as we start quarter number 2. Angelica Gutierrez, a long 3-point field goal attempt off the mark, tracking down the rebound. Alicia Garou. Garou brings it across the timeline. Garou feeds left side. Nearly 30 seconds off the clock here in quarter number 2. Schaefer catches the entry pass, mid-post left side. And we get a whistle and a foul called.
Bowles, first foul. 5th team foul.
Foul goes against Jackie Bowles. That'll be her first 15th foul against Mitchell. Garou near the right corner. Falling out of bounds, got rid of it in a hurry. Schaefer up top. Schaefer dribbles near the right side. Kano reaching in. Mitchell in a zone. Skip pass to Garou. Catch and shoot triple. Would not drop. Schaefer again crashing the glass. And then lost her footing, fell to the floor, and that'll be turnover. Number 7 here for the ball game. They had 6 in the first quarter. Kano in the backcourt. Spin dribbles into the front court area for Mitchell. And Garou intercepts that pass that was intended for Josie Jenkins. 3 turnovers on the day for Mitchell. We're still tied at 7. Took nearly 2.5 minutes to get our first points of the game in that first quarter. And slow going once again here early in quarter number 2 as Morrill turns it over for the 8th time. Their offense going to come from Garou and Schaefer. That duo combines for 33 points a game. Gutierrez, and now stepping along the far sideline, or on the far wing on the sideline was Gutierrez. And that's a turnover for Mitchell. 2 quick turnovers here in quarter number 2 for the Tigers. We're tied at 7. Garou, right side near the corner, a 3, would not drop that time for Brooke Hopkins. Here comes Jaden Kano. Morrill back quickly defensively to thwart any sort of transition opportunity. Margie Schmidt, and running through the screen. Kano set the screen, and Garou ran through it and picks up the personal. That's the second foul on Alicia Garou. Three's on the way, and it drops for Jaden Kano, her first points of the game. That's our first 3-point field goal for either team, and Mitchell leads it 10-7. Garou gets rid of it to Madison Mendoza. Hopkins back to Mendoza. Mitchell in the 2-3. Garou trying to tie the game up. That 3 comes up short. Ball touched last by the Tigers. McKenna Chambers will check back in. Josie Jenkins will take a seat. Bulls touched it last. Morrill basketball. They play it into the top of the circle. Schaefer outside Mendoza. Ball loose on the floor. Whistle. We've got a jump ball situation. Possession arrow favors Morrill. Morrill gets it to Garou. Pull-up jumper right elbow. Too strong. Bulls had it and then lost it. Kano in the backcourt. As Garou near, she'll throw it up across the timeline to Gutierrez. Angelica Gutierrez will circle back, and they'll reset things here in the half court. Margie Schmidt dumps it down low to Bowles. Bowles, nice little move to get to the middle of the paint area. Missed the shot, battling hard for an offensive rebound. Morrill saves it, inbounds right to Jaden Kano, who goes up and scores. Kano's got 5 here in the quarter. And we get a whistle and a foul called. A push.
16 foul
on Bowles underneath. That is her second. Keani Banks will check in just a moment. 12-7 our score. Mitchell, a 5-0 start to the quarter. Jumper will not drop. Bowles clears out space and grabs the defensive rebound for Mitchell. Outlet pass from Kano to Gutierrez. Gutierrez got deep, and we're going to get a blocking foul called against Morrill. Foul on Stenner.
Second foul, 16 foul.
16 foul whistled against Morrill. 12-7 lead. Morrill on a Mitchell on a little 5-0 run here to open things up in the quarter. Ball deflected away out of bounds. Touched last by Alicia Garou of Morrill. Inbounding Kano. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Avery Hobbs back in the game. Now give him another trusted ball handler, and now a steal, live ball turnover. Here comes Alicia Garou. Euro step, left the shot short off the front of the iron. We're going to get we've got a whistle. Jump ball, I guess. Possession arrow gives it to Mitchell. Three-quarter court. Trapping zone defense right now for Morrill. Kano. And a push from behind, and this foul called against Brooklyn Hess. The 5'5 freshman in the game picks up her first personal.
Hess' first foul.
12-7 our score.
Foul.
7th team foul. Now a 1-and-1 shooting opportunity at the line for Jaden Kano. 69% free throw shooter on the season. Kano gets the roll. She's got all 6. For Mitchell in the quarter. Misses the second. Of course, she started her high school career at Morrill. Bounce pass, trying to get it to the high post area to the freshman Hess. Ball was kicked. It'll stay with Morrill. 3:51 to play in the first half. Garou in traffic. She'll draw plenty of attention. Still gets the shot up, and it drops. Her second field goal. She's got 4. First half points, 13-9. Handling in the backcourt. Now a timeout taken by Mitchell head coach Sean Harvey. A timeout on the floor. A full timeout will step away. First to 4 here on KDB.TV. Mitchell girls lead Morrill 13-9 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Sean Harvey Farm Bureau, Platte Valley Companies, JOHNSONCASHWAY, Main Street Appliance, and by Panhandle Auto Group. Coverage of the 2020.
For more than 162 years, FNBO has been with you where you are. A bank committed to helping you earn more and save more, so you can do more, both big and small. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank.
Back with you, Chris Cottrell on KDB.TV. Starting to get late here in this first half. 3:20 to play in quarter number 2. Mitchell leading Morrill in this girls' third place game of the Western Trails Conference Tournament by the score of 13-9. Margie Schmidt scored 6 first quarter points for the Tigers. Jaden Kano fires the 3. That's off the mark. She has 6 here in quarter number 2. Morrill trying to make a little bit of a push. Alicia Garou on the dribble drive. Coast to coast, cut off along. Tried to turn the corner in tight quarters there along the baseline, and that'll go as a Morrill turnover. Number 9 committed by the Lions. 13-9. Mitchell with the ball, leading by 4. Hobbs. They'll lob it up to Kano. Now they throw it into the front court. On the catch, Schmidt. Cutting to the low block area. McKenna Chambers. Nice catch. Quick move. Off the bounce. Got fouled on the shot. McKenna Chambers will shoot too. The 5'10 senior, a 58% free throw shooter so far this season.
Second foul. 8th team foul.
Chambers calmly sinks the first. Mitchell, 3 for 6 at the line after that miss. Keani Banks the offensive rebound, so it'll stay on the offensive end for Mitchell. Hobbs thought about the jumper. Throws the skip pass to Kano. Kano circles back near the top of the key. Now Hobbs left side. Avery Hobbs. And tripped up. Thought we might get a whistle and a foul. Instead, Chambers with the jumper off the mark. Offensive rebound. And Margie Schmidt with the baskets. She's got 8 here in the first half. Mitchell leads by 7, 16-9. Morrill throws the basketball away. 10 first half turnovers and a timeout taken now by Josh Garou as the Mitchell bench is up and excited. They lead by 7 right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by State Farm Joe Mejia, Farmers State Bank, Panhandle Co-op, Dave's Pharmacy, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
KNB.TV coverage, day 3 of 3 for the Western Trails Conference tournaments. Both girls and boys action for you today on the TV side on the Rural Radio Network. It's 16-9 Mitchell. They lead out of the timeout. It was taken by Josh Garou after another turnover. Mitchell's got a nice start to this game offensively from Schmidt and Kano, as that duo's combined for 14 of their 16. Mitchell basketball. Margie Schmidt will inbound along the baseline. Banks to Schmidt. She'll drive, and we're going to get a blocking foul called against Libby Schaefer. That'll be the second foul on Schaefer. Also 2 on Stenner and Garou. As the fouls start to mount here for the Lions, their 9th team foul.
Team foul.
Margie Schmidt. Mitchell 4 for 7 at the stripe. Second from Schmidt on the way. She got both. She's the first player in double figures for either team. Margie Schmidt has 10. 18-9 as Mitchell's doubling up Morrill. These two have played once so far this season. A victory for Morrill in that first matchup ahead of Christmas time. December 19th, the date for that first game. Brooklyn Hess misses everything on the three-point attempt. Tracking down the offensive rebound along the baseline. Garou, she gets it back out of the left corner. Can't knock down the triple.
Jaden Steiner.
And Steiner the offensive rebound. And the stick back, 18-11. Good bounce pass underneath. The feed from, I believe that was Hobbs that bounced it to Keani Banks. And Banks has her first field goal, and Mitchell answers back on the offensive end. They lead 20-11. Right side with it is Hess. Up top, Mendoza. Bounce pass. Tried to enter it on the bounce that time to Steiner. Ball got deflected away, and that'll go into the turnover column. Number 11 for Out of the dead ball whistle and the inbounds. They work against some pressure. Schmidt lobs it in and out of the hands of Chambers. Picking it up and hoisting as the buzzer sounds was Kano. It's off the iron. 2 quarters are in the books. And at halftime, our girls' third-place game here for the Western Trails Conference Tournament. At the break, it's Mitchell leading Morrill by the score of 20-11 on our West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Castle & Cook Mortgage, Emerald Court, Valley Auto Locators, Prima, and by Regional West.
Finally, goodbye 2020. There was one good thing about 2020. That was the prices. And this is your last chance to get last year's prices at Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. That's 20% off every window and door. Plus no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Only at Renewal by Anderson. But hurry, because 2020 pricing is only available until February 15th. Book your free estimate today. Call Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming at 307-215-7493.
A marathon afternoon and evening of high school basketball on the Rural Radio Network, KDB.TV, Allo Channel 15, and Mobius Channel 1500. Halftime of our girls' third-place game with Mitchell leading Morrill 20-11. Got a little guest here at halftime right now. Morrill head boys coach Terry Lofink joining us on the TV side today. Coach, thanks for stopping up. Good to see you in attendance here today. I know things didn't go your way on Thursday night up at Gordon Rushville. As you're taking in this first half, what do you see in day 3, back-to-back-to-back? Things can get a little ragged, first game of the day, and it's a little sloppy out here.
You know, it's always tough after, you know, you emotionally get up to play in the semifinals, and when you lose a game, you know, both teams probably lost a game they didn't want to lose last night, and it's always tough to come into those Saturday games, third and fourth place game. You know, there's a lot to play for, but deep down it's hard to get guys motivated to play, but it shows a lot of character. You know, teams that can fight through this day and win games, it becomes impressive. And last year we were in this game. My basketball team was in this game, and it was kind of a game like this, just rugged. And we played Kimball, and I think we beat them 35-33 or something. It was just an ugly game, but we found a way to win. And you learn a lot about your kids when. On days like this.
Yeah, you'd rather head home with a 2-1 record on the weekend than 1-2. Look, let's talk about these two boys games coming up a little bit later. Third place game, Gordon Rushville and Baird. You played the Mustangs on Thursday night. What's the scouting report on those guys?
Well, as you know, they're young. I mean, Coach Nelson's probably the best coach in our league. Just does a great job. His guys are sound defensively. They're just going to guard you hard, and he starts 4 sophomores and a junior, and he brings a couple sophomores off the bench, and they're a solid basketball team. They're sophomores, but they don't play like it. His boy, the kid in the middle, the Nelson boy in the middle, 6'5", 250. He's just a handful, and we did an unbelievable job on him the other night. We held him to 7 points, but the other guys on the team stepped up, made shots, and so that's what makes them tough. Is they got multiple guys that can hurt you, and they play the game. They play the game the right way. I think they're built for March. They're built for February. They don't play real chaotic. I mean, they're very structured, and they're a sound basketball team. They're solid.
What about Baird?
Baird's same way. I mean, the difference this year, Baird in the past couple of years have been more of a 2-3 zone team. Coach this year's a lot more man, letting his athletes be athletes, and they're guarding harder, and it just seems like their guys are playing with way more confidence this year than the past couple of years. It seems like the last couple of years they've, kind of this time of the year they've struggled a little bit, but this year, man, I tell you what, Baird's played well. They've got some big wins throughout the year, and they're just solid. They got some nice athletes and good kids, and got some kids that can shoot the basketball. That'll be a really good basketball game.
Of course, the nightcap tonight, the boys' championship game. Really no surprise with the two teams that have arrived to try and hoist the championship trophy later this evening. And team I've seen Mitchell a couple of times already. They can shoot themselves into a ball game and their opponent out of it, or vice versa. Bridgeport, I've not seen him yet under Coach Sturkle. What should folks be expecting in this one? I expect it to be a good one.
Well, as we all know, Austin Tyne's probably the best player in this league, hands down. He might be the best player in this valley, and probably is. He's special. His basketball IQ is off the charts. Just a great kid. Plays hard, plays the right way, handles it, shoots it, gets his teammates involved, and they're really good. When he gets going, Mitchell's tough to beat, and he's a big key for them. But they got other pieces around them. The Barrios kid's a really good player, and the Andersons can shoot the basketball, and they just got great role players, and they just got good players around them, and they're not as big as they were last year, but I think they're a little bit more dynamic shooting the basketball than, and so it's going to be a great game. Bridgeport, on the other hand, I haven't really watched them live this year, but Coach Sturkle does a great job. He's intense. He brings incredible passion to this program, and he just carries on a program that was already built. Coach Bros did a great job here building this program into what it is, and Sturkle's just going to continue to build off of that. I mean, he just he's a high-energy guy, and his teams play like it.
They got some kids with some pretty nice three-point percentages, and, of course, Garza, dual threat. He can score in the post, mid-range, and even knock it down from the outside. So should have a fun nightcap for the boys championship game. Western Trails Conference Tournament. A little bit disappointing. We're not at Cougar Palace, obviously, especially for these WTC teams, for the ability to win that game on a Thursday and then get to WNCC and play on the big stage is always fun. So I know it's just a one-year deal, but disappointing we're not there. But this is a great facility here at Bridgeport.
Bridgeport's got, in our league, they got the best facilities in our league, and it's just a special place. It's a great place, and they got a great atmosphere here. And you're right, it is disappointing. I mean, these kids in this league look forward to playing in the Cougar Palace every year, and it's kind of a cool little thing for them. And not being able to do that, it stinks, but it's the way it goes. And so make do. With what's best, and this place is a great place to host a tournament.
And I guess in this environment and the times we're living in, we're just thankful basketball's being played, and it's just, hey, wherever we're playing, you tell us where to go, and we'll show up and play the games.
Well, my last coaching stint was in Colorado, and I'm still close to all those guys in Colorado, and it's been horrible for those kids and the coaches and the fans and the communities. They just started up a week ago, and it's been a tough go for them people down there, but I'm just so fortunate that I'm coaching in Nebraska now, and it's been great. I think we lost one game early, but we were able to make it back up, and we've been going strong all the way, and I think pretty much everybody has. But this is the time of the year. It's exciting. It's exciting as a coach, players, and this is why you play. It's getting close to February, March when it matters, and execution becomes a premium, and shot making becomes a premium, and the teams that do it are the ones that win.
Before I let you go, I know you had last night off. One of your sons, Braden, is an assistant coach up at Chadron, so you headed up that direction. How's he enjoying getting into the coaching game right now?
He's doing a great job. I mean, Coach Barry asked him to be his assistant, and I'm excited for him. I think he has a bright future as a coach. There's no doubt about it. I think he coaches the game the right way, and he's not as animated as his dad. I can tell you that.
I was going to say he's got a little different coaching mentality.
Yeah, he's got a little bit different coaching mentality, but that's probably a good thing. There's no doubt he's like most coaches. When his teams are struggling, I'm sure he's boiling underneath, but he doesn't let it show as much as his dad lets it show it. But he's doing a great job, and they had a tough loss last night up there. They played a really talented Rapid City Christian team, and Chadron's fun to watch. I haven't watched them live yet, but man, they got some athletes floating around out there. There's no doubt about it. But that Rapid City Christian team, that was a good basketball game to watch. Good environment. I always love going to the Bird Cage, man. I think it's the best place in the valley to watch a game. Man, it's loud, and their student sections are right on top of you, and it was fun, man.
that's the place where, in my time, the biggest upset I've seen in the Panhandle took place when you were there.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded Scottsbluff team with Lando and Drew and the crew. They went up there and got stunned by Shadron that night. Quite an upset there.
And that place was jumping that night, boy. It was loud in there, but you know, that gym has that ability to do that. So,
well, Coach, thanks.
Hey, thank you, man. Thanks for all you do.
Hey, you bet.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Have fun today.
Yep, will do. That was Terry Lofink, head boys basketball coach for Morrill, and hope you enjoyed the halftime chat. We get some previews in, and we'll get back to live basketball right now as we get second half coverage underway here. Western Trails Conference tourney action brought to you by WNCC, Dave's Pharmacy, Greg's Auto Body and Paint, Papa Murphy's, and State Farm. Joe Mejia, a 20-11 lead for Mitchell. Girls' third place game. Morrill has the basketball to open things up here in the third quarter. We're going to get a quick substitution here as Morrill head coach Josh Guru did not like something from somebody on his squad out there early in this quarter in the first 20 seconds. So Peyton Holman going to come in to replace Brooke Hopkins. Morrill basketball. Alicia Guru has 4 points. 2 for Schaefer and 5 for Jaden Steiner. A deep triple is launched, and that's down for Madison Mendoza. Her first points of the ball game. That's the first three-point basket of the day for Morrill. As they get to within 6, it's 20-14. Avery Hobbs dribbles past a double team in the Morrill press. Margie Schmidt. Entry pass down low to Kayani Banks. Left the layup short, grabbed her miss. And the putback is up and in for Kayani Banks. That is her second field goal. She has 5 points in the game. Margie Schmidt leads Mitchell with 10. Jaden Kano has 6. Guru. Mid-range jumper, too strong. Hobbs, now we're going to get a reach in and a foul. No, we're going to get a jump ball is the signal. And the possession arrow gives it to Mitchell. 22-14, 6 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the third quarter. First of 4 for you today on KNEB.TV. Chambers back to help out. Mitchell takes it in across the timeline into the front court. Kano to Chambers. A little over a minute and a half gone by in the third quarter. Mitchell works against this Morrill zone. They stay patient on this trip down the floor. Leading by 8. Chambers bounces to the perimeter. That 3, a little flat on the jump shot from Jaden Kano. She hustles back defensively. Tries to get her body set. Avoiding the charge, though, was Alicia Guru. And Guru now has 6. She averages 19 on the season. And a foul. That'll be number 3 called against Guru. So Guru now going to have to maybe dial it back just a little.
First team foul.
On the defensive end, her third. First team foul here in the half. Kano quickly gives it to Hobbs. Hobbs brings it middle. 2-3 zone, the look from Morrill. In the half court, that could protect Guru as far as the fouls are concerned. Kano to Hobbs. Hobbs, one dribble. Back to Kano. Up top, Chambers. McKenna Chambers. Took some contact, no whistle. Missed shot underneath. Kayani Banks, an offensive rebound. And Banks has her second basket here in the third quarter. She has 7 points in the game. And the lead is back to 8 at 24-16. Mendoza trying to knock down her second triple of the half. Outlet, a rare transition opportunity for Mitchell. Missed shot, offensive foul is going to go against Kayani Banks. Pushing off, trying to grab an offensive rebound. I don't even think she needed the push. She was going to grab that board and have a good crack at a stick back. But they catch her on the push-off. And Banks picks up her second. Lead stays at 8. Appreciate Morrill head boys coach Terry Lofink stopping up. At halftime, coach can talk. We got through the whole halftime session previewing the two boys' games to come today. And a whistle and a travel on the left wing. Walking with the basketball, Peyton Holman. Morrill turned it over 10 times in the first half. That's their first here in the third quarter. Mitchell gets it back. Morrill stays in the pressure. Off the dead ball turnover. Kano to the low block to Banks. Inside-outside game. They kick it back to the perimeter to Kano. The three off the mark. Another offensive rebound. Mitchell's done a good job hitting the glass on the offensive end. Now Hobbs. Angelica Gutierrez to Chambers. Chambers. Avery Hobbs, left side, picks up her dribble. Chambers turned her back. Luckily got her head turned back around. Missed shot. Who touched it last? Out of bounds. Off Mitchell. It'll go to Morrill with 4:02 to play here in the third quarter. An 8-point lead. It's been that way for a few trips for both teams now. 24-16. 3:55 to play in the third. Rivalry game in this girls' third place contest. In and out of the hands of Mendoza. And that'll be a kick. Getting a foot on the basketball was McKenna Chambers. Guru, fairly quiet offensively, has 6. Boy, tough angle pass, nearly a turnover. Eventually, it is Mitchell that comes up with the steal. 12 turnovers in the game committed by Morrill. It's been really their major downfall thus far. You're going to go through some cold shooting spells or games, but turning the basketball over are just empty possessions and no ability to shoot your way out of it. A shot for the Tigers, 24-16. Still an 8-point lead. Guru gives it up to Mendoza. She has not been shy. That thing was halfway down and the three rimmed out on her. Offensive rebound. Mendoza gets it back. A little running jump hook from Guru. Too strong off the square. Run it up the near side wing is Avery Hobbs. Kano to Gutierrez. The three misses. Too strong off the square. Mendoza clears for Morrill. Here comes Alicia Guru. Guru goes behind the back. Free throw line. Pull-up jumper. Banks that in for a deuce. Guru's got 4 in the quarter. 8 now in the game. It's a 6-point lead for Mitchell. They handle the press just fine on this possession. Jaden Kano's 3. Off the front of the iron. They're letting him play out here with the contact. Touching it last was Mitchell. It's out of bounds. Back to Morrill. Brooke Hopkins back into the game. So on the floor right now for Morrill, you've got Hopkins, Guru, Hess, Steiner, and Schaefer. Schaefer's been pretty quiet here in this third quarter. For Mitchell, Jenkins, Gutierrez, Banks, Hobbs, and Kano. Guru catches, now spins her way into the paint. Flips it up and in. Alicia Guru heating up. She's got 6 points in the quarter. She's into double figures with 10. It's now a 4-point lead. Mitchell going to have to stay. Now we're going to get a whistle and a push. A push before the backcourt violation.
Hess, the second foul.
Brooklyn Hess picks up the foul. That's her second team foul here in the half. 24-20. Mitchell's lead is 4. They have the basketball with 1:45 to play in the third quarter. Jenkins at the high post, and she walked with it. Second turnover in the quarter, 7th of the game committed by Mitchell. Feeling it offensively, a missed 3, and now a late whistle and a foul called against Josie Jenkins. We'll see if it's a shooting foul late after the shot was released. It was, says Carlos Palamo.
Jenkins, first foul.
First foul on Josie Jenkins, and 3 free throws coming for Alicia Garou. She's a 61% foul shooter for the season. She has 7 points in the quarter, up to 11 for the game. Couple of makes now for Garou. It's a 2-point lead. And Garou gets all 3. Mitchell had the 8-point lead at halftime. One-point game. Gutierrez dribbles inside the arc, and she took some contact, and that'll be a foul. This will go against the Lions. We'll check it. It goes on Libby Schaefer, and that'll be her 3rd.
Schaefer's 3rd foul. 13 fouls.
Morrill led 20-11 at halftime, and check that, Mitchell led 20-11. Now it's a 2-point lead as Gutierrez knocks in the foul shot. First point of the game for Angelica Gutierrez, a 50% free throw shooter. She hits both. Gutierrez will sit. Margie Schmidt comes back into the game for Mitchell. Back to a 3-point lead, 26-23. It was 7-7 at the end of the first, 20-11 at halftime, and now 26-23. Garou from long range. That 3-point attempt is off the front of the iron. Outlet pass from Kano sails out of bounds, trying to get the ball to Avery Hobbs. Mitchell's turned it over 3 times in the quarter. They've got 8 now in the game. Morrill's turned it over 12 times. Here comes Garou. Garou. And this could be an offensive foul. It is. That's number 4. A little elbow with the off arm. And Alicia Garou will sit with 4 personal fouls.
4th team foul.
And she has scored 9 points in the quarter. She has 13 for the game. Mitchell leads by 3. They have the basketball. Under 50 seconds to go in the third. On the bounce with it is Schmidt. She gives it to Kano. Kano right back to Margie Schmidt. 2 defenders run near. McKenna Chambers in traffic, missed the shot. Oh, board, count it, and a foul. Avery Hobbs with the basket and a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. First 2 points of the game for Avery Hobbs. It's 28-23. It was a 1-point game. Now Mitchell with a mini 4-0 spurt.
For 2.
And Hobbs converts on the free throw attempt. 3-point play for Hobbs. She's got 3. Just like that, back to a 6-point cushion for Mitchell. Final 25 seconds of the third quarter. Can Morrill find a big basket? Nearly a travel in the backcourt, and now they get it on the second one. Mendoza about walked with it, and then Hess did. 3 turnovers in the quarter, 13 for the game for Morrill. Josh Garou's top player, his daughter Alicia Garou on the bench with 4 fouls. Now Mitchell coughs it up. Hess causing some problems as the defender. 29-23. 16.7 to go in the third. Right side, in and out of the hands of Hess. Turnover for Morrill, outlet pass, Chambers layup, and Mitchell goes back in front by 8. Chambers has her first field goal, 3 points in the game, and the buzzer sounds. Morrill doesn't get a shot away. So, boy, the 4th foul came against Guru. It was a 1-point game, a 7-0 run to finish the third quarter. At the end of 3, 31-23, Mitchell leads it on our West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Castle & Cook Mortgage, Emerald Court, Valley Auto Locators, Prima, and by Regional West.
Start of the fourth quarter this afternoon on KDB.TV. First of 4 from the Western Trails Conference Tournament. Final day of action here, hosting at Bridgeport for this season only instead of WNCC for the Friday, Saturday games. Missed shot, so an empty possession there for Morrill to start the fourth quarter. Mitchell with an 8-point lead trying to extend. Jaden Kano on the catch. She'll try and make it 11. That 3 ball off the heel of the iron, but another offensive rebound. This time it's Avery Hobbs finishing with a left hand and a foul. A chance for a 3-point play now for Jaden Kano. She scored all 6 of her points in the second quarter and been quiet in this second half, but a nice feed from Hobbs finds Kano, and the 5'3" senior hits the foul shot. She's now got 9. Biggest lead of the game for Mitchell at 34-23. We'll have the boys' third place game. That's in the on-deck circle, Baird and Gordon Rushville. Madison Mendoza gives it up to Libby Schaefer, who's been very quiet after a very active first quarter and a half. Schaefer, Mitchell in the zone. Schaefer picks up her dribble, finds Mendoza. Shot fake, got along the baseline. We're going to get a foul called against Margie Schmidt. (34-23).
Second foul.
Third game in 3 days. Always tough on the legs, especially that first game of the day. Just feels like an odd time to be out here. You've played twice already. Add to the mix a familiar opponent with a lot of familiarity and coaches and players that know your tendencies, and offense can become a little rough, and that's what we've seen so far today. 2 missed foul shots for Mendoza, so that doesn't help matters. And now Mitchell, leading by 11, has the basketball. Hobbs, and that'll be a foul called against Mendoza. Second on Madison Mendoza.
Mendoza's 4th foul. 17 foul.
Check that. Number 4 missed 1 or 2 along the way. So Hobbs at the line and misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Hobbs was a 57% free throw shooter entering the weekend. Alicia Guru back on the floor playing with 4. Ball tipped out high, nearly intercepted by McKenna Chambers. 34-23. Morrill with it. Now Josh Guru wants a timeout. It'll be a full. We'll break with them. 6:19 to play in the fourth quarter. Mitchell leads Morrill 34-23 on our West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Trinidad Benham, Runza Restaurants, Dooley Oil, Bayard Tiger Paws, and by Frankie's Bar.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Out of the timeout, Morrill basketball. It's Guru on the drive. Had her shot partially blocked on the release into the hands of Libby Schaefer. And she's been quiet. Just her third point of the game. Was active early on the glass and handling the basketball. Schaefer has her second field goal of the basketball game this afternoon. Tipped away out of bounds. It'll stay with Mitchell on the offensive end for the Tigers. 34-25, a 9-point lead in the ball. Margie Schmidt will inbound. Schmidt trying to find somebody. They get it into Avery Hobbs, fouled on the shot. I believe this foul's going to go against Steiner.
Steiner's fourth foul.
Fourth foul on Steiner.
Foul.
Mendoza, Steiner, Guru all with 4. Hobbs is now 1 for 2 at the foul line here in the fourth. Avery Hobbs sinks both. Back to an 11-point lead with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play in regulation. Alicia Guru spins inside the arc. Schaefer's going to shoot the triple left wing, too strong. And I think we're going to get an over-the-back foul called against McKenna Chambers. It is Chambers. That's her second. 5:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. 15 foul against Mitchell. Still 2 away from the bonus. And now an errant inbounds pass. Chambers hustling after it. Goes to the basket. Rushed the layup, and it came off the rim. Here comes Alicia Guru. She'll push it into the front court. Behind her back, a pull-up jumper at the free throw line. Rolls off. Margie Schmidt. She'll push it. Schmidt made the pass at the right time. Good play by Margie Schmidt. Keani Banks caught it where she's comfortable on the right block, and Banks now has 9. The lead is 13, biggest of the game for Mitchell. It's going to take a big rally here from Morrill down the stretch. Guru at the foul line. Multiple defenders near. Gets rid of it. Underneath, a turnover. Hobbs comes up with a basketball and then carried it. Tenth turnover committed by Mitchell. Left side wing, deep triple falls for Alicia Guru. She's got 16 points, and that cuts it to a 10-point Mitchell lead. Hobbs dumps it down low to Keani Banks. They swarm her. Banks holds on to the ball, stayed strong, missed the shot, and the rebound to Steiner. Guru brings it into the front court for Morrill. 4:20 to go in the ball game. Firing the three is Holman. That's down. Back-to-back triples for Morrill, and it's a 7-point deficit. 4:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Things tightening up. Back-to-back trays for Morrill, and the lead goes from 13 to 7 in the blink of an eye. A full timeout. 38-31. Mitchell leads on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Trinidad Benham, Runza Restaurants, Dooley Oil, Bayard Tiger Paws, and by Frankie's Bar.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Chris Cottrell back with you this afternoon. Rural Radio Network TV coverage today from Bridgeport High School. Girls' third-place game of the Western Trails Conference Tournament. Morrill has hit back-to-back threes. They lead it, or they trail by 7. Mitchell nearly with a 5-second violation. They call a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Coverage of the Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament brought to you by the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Panhandle Trails, Intercity Public Transit, Johnson-Cashway, and the Mitchell Care Center. 38-31. It was 38-25 not long ago, and Morrill hit back-to-back threes. One from Guru and one from Peyton Homan on back-to-back trips down the floor, and that tightened things up in a hurry, 38-31. It was an 8-point lead after 3 for Mitchell as they try to pick up their 10th win of the season for head coach Sean Harvey. It's a 7-point lead. The inbounds pass comes to Keani Banks. Banks to McKenna Chambers. Chambers dribbles into the paint. Bounce pass to Avery Hobbs. Good pass, and the mid-range jumper falls for Hobbs. Hobbs has 4 in the quarter, 7 for the game, all in the second half, and that was a big basket to sort of stem the tide as Morrill was on a mini run with back-to-back threes. And now we get a trip on the perimeter. That is the 6th-team foul, so no 1-and-1 opportunity. Morrill will inbound from the far wing. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in the ball game. Homan quickly right back to Guru. Guru dribbles inside the arc. Down along the baseline, spins back to the perimeter. Guru in traffic, bounces it to Schaefer. Schaefer, that shot wouldn't go. Ball tipped into the air, grabbed by Keani Banks. Outlet pass, Hobbs stays in bounds. Walk the tightrope here along the near sideline. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Banks on the perimeter, holds. Banks gives it to Kano. Jaden Kano. Learned that little move from her big sister. Just turn your backside to the defender and protect the basketball. Mitchell burning some clock on this possession. Not a bad idea, up by 9. Nearly a 5-second call on Banks, and now a foul on the perimeter called against Libby Schaefer. And this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity. 4th foul on Schaefer. Mendoza will come back into the game. She's going to play with 4. Brooklyn Hess to the bench, the freshman. Kano at the stripe. She's now 3 for 4 at the line. Back to a 10-point lead. After the 6-0 run from Morrill, Mitchell's answered back with a 5-0 little spurt. Mendoza looking for a 3. Fresh off the bench, it won't go. Rebounded by McKenna Chambers. Chambers gets away from trouble, and she'll bring it up into the front court for Mitchell. She'll hand it off to Jaden Kano. Kano, 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Rivalry 3rd place matchup here in the Western Trails Conference Tournament in the girls bracket with Morrill and Mitchell. Kano. Mitchell's gone to a little bit of a milk the clock type game here the last 2 trips. Now they turn it over. That's their 11th turnover in the game. Schaefer fouled by Schmidt. Schaefer went up strong. So many great partners helping get these games on the TV side. We'll mention those, a few more here in just, well, we'll do it right now. It's a 30-second timeout. Some of those great high school sports sponsors for our Saturday quadruple header include Emerald Court, Scottsbluff Body and Paint, Prima, Castle and Cook Mortgage, and Panhandle Auto Group. Girls Championship game is scheduled for tonight at 5:30, Bridgeport and Gordon Rushville here at Bridgeport High. The Boys Championship game tonight cap at around 7:15. That's Bridgeport and Mitchell. And up next will be the boys' third place game with Gordon Rushville and the Baird High Tigers. 42-31 is our score. An 11-point lead for Mitchell out of the timeout. Gordon Rushville boys entering the gym. Caddy corner from our location. It's Libby Schaefer at the stripe. She's a 45% foul shooter on the season. She hits the first. She has 5 points. She comes into play today averaging 14. Schaefer got both for the Lions. 4 of her 6 here in the quarter. It's a 9-point lead for Mitchell. Can they handle some pressure, hit some free throws, and stay composed and get the victory? And a foul called against Morrill. I think that's going to go against Steiner. Nope, Guru pushing near midcourt.
Guru's fifth foul.
So Alicia Guru picks up her 5th. Her day comes to a close with 16 points. (42-33) and McKenna Chambers at the foul line. Chambers hits the free throw. A 58% shooter at the line. Mitchell 6 for 8 at the stripe, trying to close things out here down the stretch. They lead it by 11. Madison Mendoza, lefty bounce pass into the painted area. Stolen away by Avery Hobbs. 15 turnovers in the game for Morrill. Jaden Kano with 90 seconds left in this one. They'll throw it to Hobbs on the right side wing. Hobbs got deep, wide open underneath. Kayani Banks missed the layup. Offensive rebound. Banks 0 for 2 on that trip down the floor. Here comes Morrill with Libby Schaefer handling herself. Schaefer steps back, got fouled. I think that's going to be a 2-shot foul. At 1 foot behind the line, and that second foot in front of the 3-point stripe. So 2 now at the line for Schaefer. She's 3 for 3 at the free throw line. (44-34). 71 seconds left in regulation. Schaefer is 4 for 4 at the line here in the fourth quarter. She's got 8 points in the game. Angelica Gutierrez fires wide of the target, but Hobbs able to track it down. Mitchell a little frenetic right now. They'll slow things down. They get it to Kano. Hess defending out high. Schaefer running her down from behind. Kano gets rid of it to Hobbs. 44-35. 47 seconds to play in the game. Mitchell leads by 9. Schaefer fouls on the perimeter. That'll be number 5 on Libby Schaefer. She fouls out with 8 points in the ball game. Brooke Hopkins, a 5'4" senior, checks in, replacing Schaefer. And Angelica Gutierrez, 3 for 3 at the line. got all 4 of her foul shots to go today. Back to an 11-point lead. Mitchell looks to be in good shape here as they try to make it a 2-1 weekend and claim 3rd place in the WTC 3-day event. Games last night and this afternoon here at Bridgeport. Mendoza, a desperation heave, misses everything and sails out of bounds. 23 seconds to play in the game. Mitchell leading 46-35. Foul in the backcourt goes against Hess. Baird and Gordon Rushville will take the court next for the boys' 3rd place game.
10th team foul.
Kano drills another. Jaden Kano is 4 for 4 at the line. Mitchell, check that, 5 for 5 here in the 4th quarter. 10 for 12 at the foul line in the 4th for Mitchell. They lead it by 13. That equals their biggest lead of the afternoon. They will get the victory and one final steal to close things out. And Gutierrez gets fouled by Mendoza. That'll be the 3rd Lady Lion to foul out today. Mendoza, Guru, and Schaefer. Paris Frias will check in for the final 1.8. Angelica Gutierrez, 5 for 5 at the line. Mitchell's been outstanding shooting free throws here in the 4th quarter. Our final score, Mitchell going to win it 50-35 as they improve their record to 10-13. They're into double figures in the win column. And the two teams, as is the custom for this year, wave goodbye to one another as Morrill drops to 15-5. Again, Mitchell at 10-13. They'll get the 3rd place team and individual medals. We'll add up our scoring totals and come back with more after Mitchell wins the girls' 3rd place game 50-35 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Scottsbluff Body and Paint, Parker, Lessard Insurance, and by Ideal Linen and Uniform and Bluff Sanitary Supply. Coverage of the 2021 Western Trails Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Papa Murphy's, John's Body Shop, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, and by Greg's Auto Body and Paint.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Chris Cottrell back with you on KDB.TV, of course, Allo Channel 15 and Mobius Channel 1500 as well. 4 games today from the Western Trails Conference Tournament being hosted here for the Friday-Saturday action by Bridgeport High School. The girls' third-place win goes to the Mitchell Lady Tigers as they knock off their arch rival Morrill by the score of 50-35. Let's get a check of the scoring totals for both these teams. We'll start with Morrill as they fall to 15-5. Alicia Garou fouled out. She scored 16. Also fouling out, Libby Schaefer had 8. Madison Mendoza fouled out, scoring 3. Jaden Steiner with 5 and 3 points off the bench for Morrill's Peyton Homan. Now to the victorious Lady Tigers from Mitchell High. 2 in double figures. Jaden Kano led with 13. Margie Schmidt had 10. 9 points for Kayani Banks. 7 for Avery Hobbs. Angelica Gutierrez finishes with 6. And it was McKenna Chambers with 5. Mitchell, let me make sure I've got these right. Mitchell goes 13 of 14 shooting at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. That is one heck of a way to wrap things up and make sure you find your way into the win column as they knock down 13 of 14 at the line on their way to their 10th win of the season. We will have a separate stream for each game, so if you're watching on our YouTube channel, on the web, make sure you're looking for our Baird and Gordon Rushville stream for the boys coming up here. Tip-off in about a little over 19 minutes or so. So what we'll do now is we'll step away, and then we'll join you about 5-10 minutes ahead of tip-off for the boys' broadcast for the third-place game with Baird and Gordon Rushville. Once again, your girls' third-place game final score, Mitchell defeats Morrill 50-35 on the West Coast scoreboard. We'll come back here in just a little bit. If you're watching on Allo Channel 15 or Mobius Channel 1500, you'll be good to go on those channels. If you're on our YouTube channel, be looking for the Gordon Rushville and Baird boys third place game stream. That'll be available for you here shortly. 50-35 the final for Mitchell in the girls' third place game. Chris Cottrell, our TV crew, will be back with game number 2 of 4 today in just a little bit on the Rural Radio Network.